You look harassed. Is anything wrong?
Mother's just telephoned. It's Florence again. She's fallen down.
As a tranquil companion for an elderly gentlewoman, Florence leaves a great deal to be desired. She's so seldom upright.
Well, Mother's devoted to her, even if she is unsteady on her pins. I shall have to go down for a few days. There's no one else in the house but old Mrs. Jones.
But isn't it a little unreasonable to expect you to go hurtling off to Gloucestershire every time Florence falls down?
Well, this time she's cracked something in her knee. Poor old girl can't move.
Oh, I recognize that dutiful glint in your eye. Is it really necessary for you to go?
I'm afraid so, just for a little while. Mother's in a state, I could tell by her voice.
All right, darling, do as you think best. But if you stay away too long, I shall fall down.
There's a train at 10:30. I think I can make it. Goodbye, darling. Look after yourself.
You leave me no choice.
Nothing else you want before I go, is there?
No, practically finished.
By the way, have you heard from Barbara?
Yes, I had a letter this morning. She hopes to be back in a day or two.
Good. The place doesn't seem the same without her.
Very thoughtful of you to remind me.
Sorry. It's that obvious streak in me. Good night.
Hello, yes? Oh, it's you, darling. Yes. Tim was just asking me if you were ever coming back.
No, nothing serious, darling, but I've just remembered. I've got a date to go with Leonora to the theatre tonight. Can you possibly get Tim to take her? I know she likes him.
I have to hurry. He may be gone. Anyway, I'll find someone. Where are the tickets?
They're in the top drawer of Susan's desk. Thank you, darling. I'll ring you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye, darling. Tim gone yet?
Yes, do you want him?
Barbara just telephoned. She wanted him to take Mrs. Vale to a play tonight.
Rather late in the day, isn't it?
Barbara never has got out of the habit of leaving things to the last minute. You wouldn't like to go, I suppose?
I'd love to, but I can't. I'm dining with Julian Macy and his new wife. It's ages since I saw a really good play, too.
This may be a really bad one. If it is, I hope you'll sympathize with me.
Why are you going?
I don't see how I can get out of it.
Well, it'll do you good. Take you out of yourself.
I don't want to be taken out of myself.
I'm not so sure. Good night.
There's a strange look in your eyes. A hard look.
This is a small village, Hermione. The impulse to rind and destroy the fabric of people's dreams is, alas, deeply rooted in the human heart.
So even dreams are suspect in this corner of green England.
Why did you marry me, Hermione? You never loved me.
Isn't that rather inconsistent?
Yes, I suppose it is.
What's the matter?
I didn't mean it to be like this.
Don't send me away yet.
I must.
You really want me to go? Well then.
Chris, I lied just now when I said I didn't mean it to be like this.
Does it matter?
Yes, it matters dreadfully.
Oh, my dear.
Please stay there.
Very well.
I did mean it to be like this. But not quite like this. It was all a trick. I planned it the first day we met. You remember when you snubbed me? I teased you about it at dinner. I made up my mind then to make you fall in love with me. No, I wish I hadn't.
I think it was rather a gay trick. Don't be upset. There's nothing to be upset about. I think I'd like a drink. You're very touchy.
What about Barbara?
She's quite well, thank you. I had a letter from her this morning.
Are you in love with her?
What on earth did you say that for?
Are you in love with her?
You're behaving like a patient again.
Are you?
Barbara has nothing to do with this.
You're certainly not in love with me.
You have lovely eyes. But there's a little sadness in them, a little disappointment. I could tell your fortune by your eyes, shall I?
I'd rather you didn't.
And your nose.
I'd rather you didn't mention my nose at all.
It's the most unwise nose I've ever seen.
Do stop.
And there's your mouth.
Please, Chris.
You'd be astounded if you knew how desperately I wanted to kiss your mouth again.
Chris.
Oh, you're so foolish up on your romantic high horse. How often have you ridden it wildly until it went lame and you had to walk home?
Often enough to teach me never to do it again.
That's what made the sadness in your eyes. You should never have left school. It was a grave mistake.
You win.
Do I?
I knew you would. Quite early in the evening, I knew.